Today is June 1st, 2026, and I moved my grow tent out and back into the basement. And I have my seedlings here that are still in the house. That are still in the house under this grow light on a shelf. So it has cleared my space out a lot. But today's June 1st, I'm back to work, so I don't have my to-do list with any to-dos on it for today. It's a mess out here. Again, a bunch of wind. I mean, I'm going to use that as an excuse. There's no reason wind didn't blow all of that crap right there. But anyway, the weather is not great today, even though I asked my girl, Alexa, how the weather was going to be for the next week as far as the lows, and never did she say. She said 50, 50, 50, and then up to 60 starting June 5. Now tonight it's going to be 43. Last night it was crazy. Okay, so I got out here yesterday and I planted all of my seedlings out, even though I told myself I was going to wait until June 5th to do it. I just got too anxious and came out here. So here are some of the stones that I set in. I did some. It rained a lot the last couple of nights, so it did some stuff. I'm gonna get out here, touch it up, but this is the pattern how it's gonna be. It's gonna be these stones here, and then it's going to be a couple of more. Then I'm going to come down. They're going to go down into here, and then I'm going to come around. It's going to be a little seating table right about here where this patch of, you can see that. But yesterday I came out and I did a lot of planting yesterday, March 31, and I'm just trying to make the place cute, right there. I'm hoping to get some cut flowers out of these beds here, so I've planted quite a few things in here. I'm not sure if I like how the dahlias with those colors are looking in there, but that's okay. I still, if I don't like it, then I'll move them elsewhere. But also over here on this side, and I hope that those, oh my God, I can't think of the name, but the anise isn't going to shade out these cantaloupes. These cantaloupes are north facing. North is right down there, straight in the corner where those two fences meet. So the cantaloupes are here. Of course, here's my trellis that I used last year for my everything. So I have one in there. I'm going to add some more. It was a fence on there I didn't like, so I'm going to add some more support structures here with wire and loop screws. And then over here, along with everything else, my big marigold is in the middle for one, and other flowers and things. Then the nemesia, which I absolutely love. These right here, look how pretty those flowers are. Those are just so pretty. I love the way those look. And then here's some salvia, some annual salvia. I'm not sure I like that one right there, but anyway. But back here are my cucumber. They're looking good. They were so ready to get out of those little pots. So they're already growing, trying, look at that, to grow some little cucumbers. So I've already plucked off a ton of, not a ton, like one flower yesterday, maybe two. And I've also plucked some babies off of this one too. But so they're going to be trellising up. This is where they're going to be, again, north facing. This one in the middle, this marigold, is one that I planted on 227, and she was in a pot, and I was just letting her, quote unquote, I'm sorry to say, die. But she was still alive, so I said, let me get you in the ground. And look, she's like, oh, she's getting some buds on her, and she's going. So she's going to be beautiful. Now I'm upset. Let's go over here. That I threw so many other flowers away, but they're still in here and still alive. I got this sunflower. I'm actually going to plant that. I'm going to plant that right now even. Maybe. And just see what happens. So, look at that. I'm throwing in the garbage. After they survive for so long. I'm going to plant this over here somewhere. I'm going to plant this. I'm just going to set it down for just a moment. Give her a fighting chance. So, over here in the harvest bed, we got a dahlia in there, but on the other side, the back row, which is the D row, There's 4, so it's A, B, C, D rows. So this is how I keep track of what's being planted where. So it's A1 through A8. It's a 4 by 8. A, B, C, D equals 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 8 is 1 through 8. So, for example, this is row A. In A1, 4 marigolds I planted. And A2 and 3, dwarf tomatoes. Right? And then in A4, we have a dahlia, and so on and so forth. So in D, which is the back row, for quite a few of those, we have some watermelon, which we just planted yesterday. So in D8, because this is D8, something just flew on my nose. In D8, this is corn, 4 corn here in D8. And in C8 is the beans, which aren't doing great, really. I planted 6 of them, only 3 germinated. So is it the soil or is it the bean? I also planted a squash a while ago, nothing going on. I know it doesn't look great. Soil on the top. So over here in the harvest bed in row D, we have the watermelon planted. And again, it's going to be 43 tonight. But just getting out of that cup in one day, overnight, in the is it inclement or weather, the not so great weather, these babies are like, oh, thank you. They were struggling so bad in those cups, and just one day out, they have really grown already. So tonight's supposed to be 43. I'm thinking if it fits, maybe I'll put a little cloche on it for the night, but more so one with, but we'll see. And then over here, I actually did the trellises yesterday. So the trellises are up there. They're on kind of a, I guess, would that be called a pulley system? Yes, a pulley system, and it's able to come down here and support my tomatoes. So in here we have a few tomatoes growing on. I don't even know. They're not even, I kicked everybody out yesterday. They probably should have stayed in a little bit longer, but they're all out here now. So this is in the trellis bed, and the trellis bed has A and B, and then it's a 2 by 6, so A and B, A1 through A6, B1 through B6. So in B6, lemongrass is planted, right? And then we have these two, a yellow pear, and a yellow stuffer. This one is a tomatillo, and this one next to it, look at the difference, is a store-bought Bonnie tomatillo, right? Tomatillo. And look how thick that stalk is. But they definitely have to be different because this one doesn't have hairs on it. Oh, I do see hairs down there. Whereas mine, which looks horrific, and it was looking bad in the pot, I told myself to plant it deeper, but then as soon as I planted it, I forgot. And the same thing went for all the rest. I even did things to them to plant them deeper, and then only dug a hole tall enough so that the root ball, the top, will not be covered. But so anyway, I did that. Now here's the San Marzano, and remember this one is trunched over there, but I trellised her up to give her some support yesterday, and I'm going to keep on trellising her up, and she's going to go all the way up, and I'm going to cut out any new suckers that grow. For example, this one here, I'm going to cut it out. So just go in here, pinch it out, trash it. And then next to her is a zinnia growing, the marigold, and then 2 butter crunch. So I know the soil is just fine for that squash up there. But I got everything outside, so besides those new ones, here's the peppers. They were caught in the wind after a full day of it. I mean, it was whipping. I had to come run down and throw them in a greenhouse. So they stayed in there until the storm was over. But these babies are looking good. I need to get out here and really check and make sure there's no pests because you never know. No, you don't. Look at this. Look at all this fruit. It's a lot of fruit under here. Go ahead. What's this? Oh, this is a mini pepper. A lot of fruit in this one, but they're all babyish. Can you see them? What is this? This is it's a mini pepper too. Anybody else got fruit? I know the jalapenos gotta have fruit. So anyway, they're doing great. So my agenda is to, we got our old hot tub taken out, so I'm gonna be setting up that area. But let me walk back through here. So I'm gonna go walk down here and take a left. So all of this area from where the bottom of this block touches to across right about up to where the end of that patio is, I'm going to make my area. So all straight up and down this row right here, straight up to the top, I'm going to do something. And I'm thinking a row of cut flowers. So something. So I'm going to come up. This rock got to be set. I'm going to do more rocks. Then you could come up. It's a much easier walk up, I can tell you that. And then you'll be up here in the patio. And then over here, the hot tub is moved. So I'm going to set this area up to chill and whatever else I desire. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and that. And then I'll be able, another seating place to enjoy. Excuse me.